Before I start, I just want to say that I'm beyond grateful for Colin and for everything that he did for me. I know that I wouldn't be where I am today without him. I think about him every day, and I love him. Like was mentioned, my name is Smith Ali. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a junior in high school. Over the past 2 years, I have been on an incredible journey sharing my story. I've been able to help friends, speak to church groups, talk to youth all around the country, and start a nonprofit organization. At 9 years old, I was exposed to pornography. I had a small Android tablet that I had gotten for Christmas, and I clicked on a website that wasn't what it appeared to be. I turned off the device, just like my parents had taught me, but I was still ashamed of what I had seen, and I didn't tell them about the experience. At age 10, I started to use porn normally. It was a small fix to everything that I was feeling and dealing with. And then by the time I was 14, I was viewing pornography 5 to 6 times a day and dealing with depression and anxiety caused by my terrible relationship with social media. I was so good at putting masks on. I tried to show everybody that I was okay when inside I felt like a fraud in my own skin. I was never going to let anybody see that. How far can you go down the wrong path before you can't get back on the right one? Curiosity from pornography led me into a short-term relationship with a girl that ended with false accusations against me. At age 14, I sat in a courtroom in front of a judge, wondering where my life had gone wrong. But I was determined to get back onto the right path. So after joining a recovery program, talking about mental health with my therapist, sorting out legal issues, and taking what felt like a million steps to recovery, I've been able to speak in several different states to tens of thousands of people, start a company helping parents with their tech needs, and a nonprofit inspiring kids to live a life beyond their screen and battle issues like pornography, depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and many others that plague my generation. Now, I want you to know I was raised in a good religious household. My wonderful parents talked to us kids about pornography. We had the restrictions, we had the filters. I'm a normal kid, a lot like your kids, but I still found myself in this place. Now, I wish I could stand up here and tell you that I'm the only one who's ever dealt with pornography, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, suicidal thoughts, but I'm not, and you know that. Teen depression is up over 60% in the last 10 years. The pornography industry is one of the most profitable industries in the world. 35% of the internet's downloads at all time are pornographic. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that everyone is scared to talk about. Porn is the world's biggest secret. Our generation is going to die in a digital chaos that we can't calm because we don't have the self-control. So what are we going to do? Because every morning I wake up with news of a kid who has taken their life because the virtual likes and friends weren't enough to calm real-world blues. So what are we going to do? Because too many times I've seen my friends sink far into the reaches of pornography because they didn't feel worthy of the love that they deserve. So what are we going to do? Because we are starving ourselves, abusing ourselves to build the body we feel we need to be accepted. What are we going to do? Because the apps that we carry on our phone are having serious effects on our mental health, social structures, sex trafficking, and child pedophilia. These apps on our phones, we are literally killing our generation. Can you wrap your head around that? What are we going to do? Because our generation, a generation with more potential than any before us, a greater potential to love and connect, is becoming one of toxic perfectionism. Are we willing to come together, to commit to ourselves, to each other, stand up and make a change, bring tough conversations into the light, and love each other? Because quite honestly, I'm done with hearing news of kids who just couldn't stand this terrible life anymore. People who were never shown that they are loved. I'm done with letting the devices in our pocket be our main source of entertainment, connection, and love. Are you? Do you know your potential? Do you know your worth? Can you begin to imagine the things that our generation could accomplish? Are you ready to make the change? Because I am. So how do we deal with pornography during and after this global pandemic? How do we handle our need for empathy and connection in a time where connection seems nearly impossible? Here's a few things that I learned from my journey, and I hope you'll be open to a change. The first thing that I learned is that I needed to redefine what success, happiness, and love meant to me. There were so many outside influences that were telling me what success was. Success was a dollar amount. Success was getting good grades, wearing nice clothes. It was being the cool kid. When I redefined that, when I realized that my life would never be based off of how much money or worldly success I would have, when I realized that the only thing that was important to me was helping other people and having love in my life, it drove me to find the love that I couldn't find in pornography. The love that I needed here with my family and my friends. So first, redefine love, success, and happiness. Gabe Deem says it best: there's no amount of porn that will ever love you back. A content and an industry that is based on harm, carnal desire, and selfish behavior will never have the capacity to give you the love that you need. But it's hard, right? Because we're living in a very virtual and disconnected world. So how do we get that love when we can't be with those who love you the most? And in today's age, fake love is so easily accessible. So I had to ask myself, how do we get real love in this time of disconnect? The second lesson that I learned wasn't clear to me until reading an amazing book on love called Handbook to the Heart. Now, it mentions this idea that because the world was divinely created by whatever higher power you believe in, that it has the ability to love. When you manifest your love for your surroundings, when you notice and love the way the leaves rustle in the wind or the way your breath falls out of your lungs, when you notice those things and you love them, the love flows back to you. This love is ever increasing and can love you back. So as your love for this world grows, as your love for mankind grows, its love for you grows as well. So that even when you are away from those that you love, you can love what is around you. So second, manifest your love for your surroundings. This third thing I want to aim towards the younger people here and who are watching, and it's to let your heart break. Now, we're taught our whole lives to be strong and to deal with our problems, to walk it off in a sense. 2 quotes read, "Addiction is grown in solitude and distorting community," and "Depression is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of being strong for too long." Oftentimes, our problems go undealt with and just grow worse inside. So let your heart break. Let your heart break daily in conversation, over song lyrics, during the pause right before the sunrise, while you're sipping coffee and looking into the eyes of someone talking about something they love. For it's when we break a little we come alive. It's in the space of feeling we get to expand, and it's here in our vulnerability and openness we step into our greatest selves. Now, anybody 18 under, this is for you especially, but tonight I want all of you to go to someone that you trust, whether it be a sibling, a parent, a friend, or a cousin. I want you to go to them and let your heart break. Talk to them. Tell them how you're feeling. Be vulnerable. And allow them to be vulnerable with you. Now, if you want to do what I call the Smith special, I go into my parents' room at night, crawl into their bed like I'm 6 years old again, and I just let it all out. But no matter how you do it, we need to be more accepting of letting our hearts break. The fourth thing that I learned was to serve. For so long, I had participated in and consumed something that was so selfish. When I took porn out of my life, it left a hole there that I needed to fill with pure love, service. Service is the exact opposite of everything that is portrayed in pornography. Service is loving someone for who they really are. Service is sacrificing yourself for their needs. When I replaced porn with service, it changed me as a person. It taught me lessons that I could have never learned anywhere else. And it's such a simple thing to serve. So do it and watch it change your life. The fourth and final thing that I learned is that I am not alone. This is both a heartbreaking and a comforting statement at the same time. I'm not alone. I don't have to keep my struggles to myself. I can talk about my failures and I can learn from them. I can bring my struggles out into the light, and with the help of others, I can destroy it. On the other hand, everyone that we encounter is struggling, and oftentimes we can't see it. 2 weeks ago, I spoke at a middle school, and here are some of the notes that I received. Thank you for coming to talk to us. I felt depressed and felt like I wanted to kill myself. My uncle passed away last year, and it was from drugs. It was really hard for me and still is. What you guys talked about helped me, and I know I need to fix some things in life, so thank you. Smith, thank you for coming today. I really was inspired by what you said. I personally have been struggling with mental health problems, and I feel like no one understands, but you helped me understand that I am not alone. Thank you. Thank you so much, Smith. I'm going through the same things you're going through. You've given me tons of motivation to change my habits. Thanks a ton. Thanks for sharing your porn addiction. I also defeated my porn addiction that I battled since I was 8. I learned porn always pushes you away. I've been addicted to porn since I was 9 too. It's killed my emotional state, but hearing your story is really eye-opening. Thank you. Smith, I promise to be of service to you and will allow you to be of service to me until both you and I successfully defeat this demon that assails us. I go to Sons of Healman as well. Thank you so much for letting me know that I am not alone. It's a crazy world that we live in. Every day we're seeing struggles that we've never seen before. But love wins. Love will always win. Now don't leave today feeling hopeless or fearful. Leave feeling confident. Live a bold life. Become the person that you've always wanted to become. Help, serve, and love others. Dream a big dream and live life bigger. Thank you.